Integration, aka the quest to make your e-bike not look like an e-bike, is clearly a real battleground for 2018. And we think that's pretty understandable given that so many e-bikes on the market look like a transformer had sex with a wheelbarrow. But the Cube Reaction Hybrid 500 SL, despite its terrible name, is one of the bikes that's clearly doing it the right way in terms of integration. This is a bike that's going to woo potential buyers over on the shop floor with sleek design and some very crisp aesthetics. This is the first hardtail e-bike that we've reviewed, and at $4,399 it's the cheapest too. It's not a bike for taking the burly wild descents. The geometry is safely in the cross-country realm, and the skinny fork and lack of a dropper post preclude you from getting too crazy. But it is a great machine for clocking some long rides, exploring fire trails and smoother single track that you normally wouldn't have the legs to tackle. We can also imagine that plenty of these bikes will find themselves being used for midweek commuting and then some exploring in the bush on the weekends. It's a Bosch powered bike with the slim PowerTube 500 battery hidden neatly in the downtube, which is what gives this bike such a slick appearance. A standout aspect of this motor is the eMTB setting, which automatically adjusts the level of assistance in response to your efforts, so you can forget about adjusting the power mode yourself and just ride. It works brilliantly. Unlike a lot of eMTBs, this one rolls on 29-inch wheels rather than 275 plus tyres. We like this choice and we think it suits the bike perfectly. The bigger diameter wheel hums along nicely on smooth trails or on the tarmac to the trailhead or during a midweek commute. The Schwalbe Smart Sam tyres wouldn't be our first choice. They do roll well, but this particular model of tyre isn't tubeless compatible and the grip is so-so when you push it hard. Once they're worn out, we'd be putting on a set of tubeless tyres that will really lift the grip and the comfort in the rough. From a component standpoint, Cube have a really diverse mix on this bike, with Magura, Shimano and RockShox all represented. The smooth modulation of the brakes will be appreciated by less experienced riders as they're not tremendously powerful, but you've got great control. Shimano's SLX and XT drivetrain is capped off with a 46-tooth cassette, so your climbing gears are plentiful. The RockShox Duty fork is a bit of a cost saver, and we'd have preferred to see a fork with larger diameter legs. But that said, we don't think this bike's target market are riders who are going to be pushing it too hard, and the fork's action is smooth and comfy on the small and medium impacts. Anytime we got a bit carried away and started pushing this bike into places where it felt a bit overwhelmed, we had to remind ourselves that this bike has a firm target market. It's the new mountain bike rider, not the experienced rider. The person who wants to explore without suffering, and maybe leave the car at home a bit more too. And in that realm, we think Cube have done really well here. It's a great looking bike at a good price.